like when I started cricket, it was for fun. I used to play tennis ball cricket. It was mostly for fun. Every day you go, you compete, you learn, you come back. Next day again, 4 o'clock you go. And if you have lost the other day, you want to win that next day. So it all started from there. And then finally, cricket started in school where I must be like 13, 14 at that point of time. And we used to have summer camp during the summer vacation. So that was my first exposure to leather ball cricket. It always feels nice because all of a sudden you get access to wicket keeping pads or batting pads, you get leather balls, gloves, bat, helmet, everything. And there's a whole process, you carry your mat from the hall to the ground and you stick the mat, you get it ready to play, then you play, practice, bowl, bat, whatever, and then follow the same process, keep it back. So it's all very interesting compared to tennis ball cricket where you turn up, you put the wicket, you have a ball bat and you start playing. And after that I played a lot of other sport. But that exposure during that summer vacation actually got me closer to proper leather ball cricket. And after that I started practicing slightly more, spent a bit more time with the school team. And after 1 year, I started playing for my school team. So for me, it all started with fun. And one of the most crucial things throughout was being honest to myself. I never thought that I'll play for the country. Coming from Ranchi, which was part of Bihar at that point of time, it was not like when you're playing and you look up and you're like, no, I want to play for the Indian cricket team. So it all started as if I wanted to have fun, I wanted to play for my school team. Then I started playing for the school team. What is next? The next became the under 16 district team. Once you play for the district, then state is the next team. So slowly and gradually, you start taking care of the small term goals. Because it's always more interesting, it's in front of you, and you start doing the small things right, you actually see yourself accomplishing those goals, and ultimately you keep tweaking your target. So from the district, it becomes the state, from state, it becomes zone. Finally, 99, 2000 was the big year where Bihar was hosting the under 19 India level tournament where all the states come and they compete, and we were able to reach the finals of that tournament. And because of the performance in the tournament, I got a chance to play for the Ranji Trophy team. So that proper professional cricket started from 2000. And then also we play a sport that involves a bit of luck also. We can't deny that fact because I always found cricket to be a great leveler in life. And somehow I always talk about it like how it is very interesting. You start the game with a flip of a coin. You don't know which way it will fall. Then you don't know who will, like if you're an opener, okay, I'll go and play the new ball and I'll be playing their best fast bowlers. But after that, there's no surety to anything. The number 3 batsman can bat in the second over, or he can bat in the 25th over, or there's an X factor involved to it. But again, going back to how it all matured for me was, I got lucky, I passed out from school, I got a job with the railways. Now coming from a middle class background, one of the things your parents are always worried about is your future. And sports never had I would say it never had a great future at that point of time. A lot of parents would be worried, acha cricket khel raha, I don't know future mein kya hoga. But the moment I got my job with the railways, my parents were quite relaxed as to, whatever he does from now on, he has something to fall back to. If he's not successful in life, he'll fall back to, with work when it comes to the railways, and he'll have a future, whatever that future may be. So I feel all these small things which fall into places which may or may not be in your control also contribute a lot. But the most important ingredient, yes, hard work is there, dedication is there, passion is there, but I felt being honest is one of the most important things. To start off being honest to yourself. Unless you are honest to yourself, you can't be honest to others. And what it also does is, it helps you in accepting what the shortcomings are. You may not be a great player, may not be a great human being, but if you're willing to accept the shortcomings, you can always look to improve. You can go to people, you can ask for help, and there'll be people to guide you out. Whether it's your seniors, whether it's your parents, close friends, whoever those may be. And I always felt all these things really helped me keep moving ahead in life. Throughout being honest towards the goal. What is the goal? The goal is not to, for me it was never to score so many runs for India. For me it was always, how we'll be able to win a game. Whether you are the captain or you're not the captain. What you want is, how much you have contributed for the team to win. Then if you become a senior player in the team or if you're the captain in the team, your main thing then becomes, apart from the team success, is what you're really doing to make it comfortable for others to perform. All of us, we perform as individuals, but what you want is what we are doing so that others are performing. Whether we are giving them enough time, whether we are grooming them, whether we are putting them in the right direction as seniors, where they are also able to perform. So I would say I always felt I had a very simple life. It was very simple when it came to the journey. I would always take care of the things that were in my control. I was never bothered about selection. If I didn't get selected, for me it was like I need to score more runs, I need to do better wicket keeping, because those are the things that will help me perform. Thinking about not getting selected won't help me in any ways. It won't really help me get better. It will only fill me with more bitterness, and I'll have to work hard even more to get into the team.